Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. Going back over to the Founders Brewery, and we're looking at a classic, which is of course the Founders Dirty Bastard, which is a Scotch style ale, clocking in at 8.5% in a 355ml bottle. Best before date is the 1st of the 9th 2017. Picked this up from Birretta. And yeah, I've had the Backwoods Bastard, but unfortunately the review that I recorded of it, much like the Founders KBS, I recorded a video, had it ready to go, but then stupidly deleted them. And KBS, I don't think you can pick it up now in Birretta, and unfortunately they didn't have any bottles of Backwoods Bastard, but both of those beers, 10 out of 10. Beautiful beers, and I must stress that it was the 2016 vintage of KBS that I tried. So it's a beer that is so popular that I will definitely be able to pick up a bottle at some time in the future, maybe an older vintage, or whatever year I drink it, a current vintage. So it's a beer that you can get back in the UK, and it's here in Germany as well. So, you know, I'm not too upset about that. So yeah, the Dirty Bastard, which is, like I said, a Scotch style ale, and as you can see by the absolutely destroyed customs / recycling sticker, I had to basically butcher that so I could find a bottle on date, and it was pretty much the 1st of October 2016. So yeah, a pretty damn fresh bottle, all things considered. I'm sure Founders has a vested interest here in Germany or something like that. But yeah, this was imported by the Global Drinks Partnership out of Munich. So yeah, nice looking artwork, nice Scottish looking design, and that is the iconic Founders crown. So recording this on Bank Holiday Monday, ending the 3-day weekend perfectly. Don't know why I had to bring that up. So yeah, looking forward to this one, because every beer that I've had from Founders has been just fantastic, and I'm so glad that a lot of their stuff now is available here in Germany, and even more of it. Well, that's the weird thing, like some things you can get here, but then in other countries you can't get. It's a weird little thing, isn't it, with the beers. And much like the beer itself, I am also a dirty bastard with a unkept appearance and nasty t-shirt. But anyway, beer in a glass, and that is a lovely dark ruby oaky sort of colour, very dense, but light is coming through when you hold it up. When you do hold it up to direct light, it is more on the ruby sort of side, but as it is, just this lovely intense oaky rich woody looking beer, and beer poured with about one finger's worth of a yellowish brown head, which yeah, looks really nice. Haven't had too many Scotch style ales or wee heavies or anything like that, so yeah, looking forward to this one, and you can smell it from here. Speaking of which, let's give it a sniff. Get a little bit of a gentle coffee character in there, a little bit of a chocolate, sort of like milk chocolate, but an essence of dark chocolate as well, like a cocoa powder. Definitely getting a lot of like brown dessert like flavours, like muscovado, sugar, treacle, that sort of thing. But it's not overly sweet, it's got this lovely cakiness to it. And then there's a really nice subtle sort of like peated smokiness coming through, which just rounds that beer off really nicely. At 8.5%, that alcohol is masked really nicely on the nose. You know that it's there, but it's got like this mature smelling aroma to it. And yeah, you get those like gentle forest fruits, maybe a little bit of a brandy, or a whiskey honey sort of aroma. But yeah, it smells really, really nice. It's not a potent beer by any stretch, but what aromas are there are just spot on. Anyway, let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. Oh, that's lovely. Today, the weather's been a little bit weird. Like for the past couple of hours, it's been windy as hell. It's threatening with rain. This beer's just one of those ones that just warms you up. It gives you a bit of a kick at the same time. Like this, like just jolt of like an intense, like oaky, smoky flavour. Lovely dessert-like flavours in there. There's like this slight cherry flavour which comes through a lot more than it does on the aroma, which is really nice. It reminds me of like a nice big chocolate cake, but with a nice dark chocolate as opposed to a milk chocolate. And you've got like a fruit jam sort of going through the middle of it, that sort of thing. Gentle warmth as goes down. That's really all the alcohol presence, to be honest. It's got a lovely big body to it, like chewy almost, but not too oily or anything like that. Yeah, it's a really nice beer, that. I could definitely see when you get the variants of it. There's such a lot going on in here that you can add complexities to it. You can play around with it, and like the Backwoods Bastard, which I think is it's like a whiskey barrel aged version of the Dirty Bastard. I think those flavours just elevate it a little bit more, and that harshness from the whiskey does help. But I will be doing a review of that at some point. Back to this beer. I'm getting like a slight Worcester sauce, almost like gentle soy sauce flavour, playing with those nice cakey dessert-like flavours. Don't know what's going on with my hand right now, but very drinkable for what it is, for the flavour profile and the ABV. And yeah, this lovely like woody, cherry, oaky flavour coming through. Almost as if you've like had it in a sherry barrel or something like that. Really, really nice. Not too overwhelming either, so if you're trying to get into these sorts of beers, then this isn't going to scare you away too much. And yeah, not too sure of like how authentic this the beer is in terms of its style, but this on its own is just ticking all the boxes for me. There's enough going on there to excite you, but at the same time there's nothing in there overwhelming you. And it's the fact that it's got this like big boy mature sort of aspect to it, but the alcohol isn't overpowering. The one I'm talking, it's mixed with like this nice hoppy bitterness. I think they've used like 8 different malts or something like that. So brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts, complex in finish with hints of smoke and peat, a malty richness, and a right hook of hop power. Yeah, you definitely get that hoppiness on the back end. I'm not sure what the bitterness the IBUs are on this one, but I imagine it's a little bit high. But yeah, that's just a very solid, tasty winter warmer for sure. And yeah, I'd love to pick up another bottle of this and age it for 2 or 3 years, see how that goes. I know Paul over at Peer Brew News recommended that I don't just jump into this one, but I do like to try these beers fresh when I get the opportunity to try it. And also, if I like it, then I'm going to pick up another one and age it and just put it away, don't touch it. And yeah, this is a great beer, and I think this is one of the beers that really launched Founders. I think they were going through financial crisis when they were first starting, and they just went balls to the wall, took a big risk, brewed a beer that they liked, and look at them now. You know, one of the big, established and most highly regarded American craft brewers, and it's beers like this that you can definitely see why. So in terms of a rating on the Dirty Bastard, I think it hurts the beer that I've tried, the Backwoods Bastard, but it's still a beautiful beer. Definitely, I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. And the reason why I wouldn't give it like a 10 out of 10 or anything like that is because I've had the Backwards Bastard and I can't for the life of me put those two on the same level, because the Backwards Bastard was just a beautiful beer. It really, really was. I really need to pick up another bottle of that. And it just shows you what you can do with a great base, and you could just do so many weird and wonderful things with it. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Lovely little beer. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. You know, that it just, yeah, 9 out of 10. If I'd have tried this without trying the Backwards Bastard, I would probably give it a 10 out of 10. But like I said, I've tried a beer that's taken this and done something interesting with it, and it just elevates it so much. So yeah, another knockout from Founders. So if you tried this one, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If any of my friends have reviewed this one, I think obviously Paul at PA Brew News has reviewed it, so his link and their links will be down below. Check out Founders, fantastic brewery. Check out my Founders playlist. And more importantly, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So it's been another long one, but I'm happy with this beer review. And I'm very happy with this beer. See you later, guys. Cheers.